While a few large deals have been announced in the past fortnight, uncertainty still lingers over the M&A backdrop. Potential military action in Syria, tapering by the Fed Reserve, and the looming debt ceiling are some issues impacting confidence. Today we're joined by Heiter Harris, co-founder of M&A advisory Harris Williams, to discuss the outlook. Heiter, near term we have obviously potential Fed tapering, maybe military action in Syria. The economic and revenue outlook isn't fantastic. I know that you're quite optimistic on the outlook for deal activity, and obviously it has to pick up some time, but over what time frame do you see that happening?
Well, we are very optimistic about the M&A activity, and you're right, some people can see some big deals announced, see a lot of the headlines and make assumptions of M&A activity. But we really focus on the middle market. We think that's where the trends are. So for example, 95% of the deals that get done in the middle market. So for example, in the first half of this year, there was a slowdown in deal flow, but we know the reasons for it. First, there were a lot of deals that got put into 2012 because of the change in taxes. So some deals moved up, and we also could see it in our backlog. Our backlog is about 2 to 3 months ahead of the rest of the market. And we've seen the continual buildup throughout the first part of the year for really increased activity. So we're seeing it now. Our backlog today is higher than at any point in 2012, and 2012 was a record year. So we're very optimistic.
Okay, so when you talk about a very high backlog, what are potential deal makers waiting for? Why are they still sitting on their hands at this moment?
Well, the fundamentals of this market really are very strong, and we're actually seeing the activity today. So look at corporate buyers, for example. They have more cash on their books than ever known to man. Their balance sheets are very clean. And if you're a corporate manufacturer and your business is growing at the rate of GDP, 2, 3, 4%, you really have nowhere else to put your cash other than to make acquisitions. It's one of the few accretive moves that you can make. Private equity has a lot of cash, and it's very urgent cash, because if they don't invest it, they lose it. Along with a very robust debt market, the debt market is back to pre-bubble levels. It is very healthy. So it's fueling M&A activity, but it's going to continue in the next 2 to 3 years. We feel the fundamentals are that strong, but we're seeing it now. We're not waiting for it. We see it now.
Okay, you've mentioned that cross-border deal activity is also beginning to pick up for the mid-tier companies. Between which countries in the US are you seeing that happen?
Well, it's very global, very broad-based. You know, the big companies, the big corporations have always been global. The middle market is still growing into the global tendencies of their companies. And so we're seeing it across all countries. A couple examples, our London office with about 20 people is very, very busy. We announced 2 months ago the opening of our Frankfurt office. They're very busy. We just closed a deal called Alma Lasers that was a sale of a company based in Israel, purchased by a Chinese buyer, executed by our London office with the assistance of our healthcare group in Richmond, Virginia. Now that's a global transaction that really encompasses the whole world.
Okay, well there you have it, reasons for optimism. That was Harris Williams co-founder Heiter Harris, and I'm Jane Searle for The Deal.